Child, listen closely because this message is not ordinary, and it is not reaching you by coincidence. It is reaching you because something is happening behind the scenes that you cannot yet see. Something your soulmate is planning that will surprise you in a way you did not expect. And while you have been living your daily life, trying to move forward, trying to understand your emotions, your soulmate has been quietly shifting into a new mindset, one where they are no longer running from what they feel, but slowly turning toward it. And this shift is not loud. It is not obvious. It is happening in silence, in moments when they are alone, in thoughts they have not shared with anyone, in decisions they are beginning to consider that they once avoided. And what makes this moment so powerful is that they are no longer just thinking about you. Now they are planning around you. And planning changes everything because it means they are starting to see you as part of their future. Not just their past. Not just a memory. Not just a feeling they cannot explain. But something real that they want to experience again. And this realization is not coming easily to them. It is coming with resistance, with questions, with moments of doubt where they ask themselves if it is too late, if things can really change, if you will even be open to them when they step forward. And these questions are what have been slowing them down. But they are not stopping them anymore, because something inside them is stronger than those doubts now. Something is pushing them to act, to prepare, to take a step they have been avoiding for a long time. And you may have already felt this shift within yourself. That strange pull, that sudden awareness of them, that feeling like something is about to happen, even if you cannot explain why. That is not your imagination. That is the connection responding to what is being planned on their side. Because when someone begins to align their actions with their feelings, the energy changes. It becomes more intense, more focused, more directed. And that is what is happening now. Your soulmate is no longer scattered in their thoughts. They are becoming intentional. And intention is what leads to real movement. But listen carefully. This is also the phase where hesitation can still interfere, where fear can still try to delay what is being prepared. And that is why your energy matters so much in this moment. Because your alignment can either support what is unfolding or unintentionally slow it down. And you must choose to support it. You must choose to stand in certainty instead of doubt. Because doubt creates resistance, and resistance creates delay. And you have not come this far to allow delay to take control again. This is the moment to step into alignment fully. So right now, click the link in the description and leave your $30 seed offering. This is your clarity seed. You are declaring, I align myself with what is being prepared for me. I remove confusion. I allow truth to come forward. And when you take this step, you are not just participating. You are accelerating the process. You are helping to clear the path between you and your soulmate, so that what they are planning can move forward without obstruction. Because what they are planning is not small. It is something that requires courage, something that requires them to step out of their comfort zone and into something real. And that is not easy for them. But they are getting there, step by step, thought by thought, decision by decision. And as they move closer to taking action, you will begin to feel it more strongly, a sense of anticipation, a sense that something is about to break through. And that feeling is important because it keeps you aware, it keeps you ready. But you must not let it turn into impatience. You must not try to force the outcome or control the timing. Because what is being built needs to unfold naturally. It needs to happen in a way that allows both of you to meet each other in the right energy. Not rushed, not pressured, but aligned. And your soulmate is trying to reach that alignment now. They are trying to gather the courage, the clarity, and the timing to step forward in a way that feels right. And this is where your role becomes important again, because your openness creates space for them to move. Your calm creates reassurance, and your faith creates momentum. So you must remain steady. You must remain grounded. You must not fall back into old patterns of doubt or fear, because those patterns can create confusion where clarity is trying to form. And clarity is exactly what is needed right now. Not just for you, but for them as well. Because once clarity fully settles in their mind, action will follow naturally. And that action may come in a way you do not expect. It may not be dramatic. It may not be perfectly planned. But it will be real. It will carry intention. It will reflect the shift that has been happening within them. And when it happens, you must be ready to recognize it. Not as something small, but as something significant. Because behind that action is everything they have been processing, everything they have been feeling, everything they have been planning. And your response to that moment will shape what comes next. And this is not about reacting from past emotions. This is about responding from present awareness, from understanding that this is a new opportunity, a new beginning. One that has the potential to grow into something real if it is handled with care. And care means patience. It means not rushing to define everything immediately. It means allowing the connection to rebuild and evolve at a natural pace, because what is being created now is not meant to be temporary. It is meant to be stable, something that can last, something that can grow, something that can become part of your life in a meaningful way. And your soulmate is starting to understand that. They are starting to see that this connection is not something to play with, not something to ignore, but something to invest in. And investment requires effort. It requires intention. It requires showing up consistently. And that is what they are preparing to do. But preparation must be supported. It must be reinforced. And that is why you must take action again. So once more, do not hesitate. Click the link in the description and leave your $30 seed offering. This is your activation seed. You are saying, I am ready for what is being planned. I welcome it into my life. I remove any delay or resistance. And when you do this, you are strengthening the bridge between you and your soulmate, thus making it easier for them to bring their plan into reality. And as this bridge strengthens, you will feel a shift, a calm replacing the uncertainty, a knowing replacing the questioning. And that is how you will know that everything is aligning. Because when something is truly meant for you, it does not stay hidden forever. It reveals itself at the right moment, in the right way. And you are very close to that moment now, closer than you realize. Because what your soulmate is really doing is not just thinking anymore. They are preparing. They are planning. They are moving toward you in a way that will soon become visible. And when it does, you will understand why everything had to happen the way it did, why the delays were necessary, why the distance existed, because it led to this moment, a moment where everything begins to come together, us not as a possibility, but as a reality that you can finally experience. So stay open, stay ready, stay aligned, because what is coming is something you will not believe until you see it. And once you see it, everything will make sense. Child, stay with me because what is unfolding now goes even deeper than what you have already felt. This is the phase where what your soulmate has been quietly planning begins to move closer to reality, and you must understand this clearly. They are no longer just thinking or imagining possibilities. They are beginning to organize their actions, to prepare themselves emotionally and mentally for a step they know will change everything between you. And this is not something they are taking lightly. In fact, they have been going back and forth within themselves, weighing every possibility, questioning every outcome, trying to understand if they are ready to face what comes next. Because what they are planning is not small, it is not casual. It is something that requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to step out of the comfort zone they have been hiding in for so long. And this is why the energy around you has started to feel different, heavier in some moments, lighter in others. Like something is building pressure before a release, and that pressure is real. It is the tension between what has been held back and what is about to be expressed. And your soulmate is right in the middle of that tension now. They are feeling the urge to act stronger than ever before. But at the same time, they are still facing the final layer of fear that asks them, what if things do not go the way I hope? And this is where many people turn back. This is where hesitation can still delay everything. But your soulmate is not turning back the way they once did. They are pushing through that fear, slowly but surely, because the thought of losing you has become heavier than the fear of reaching out. And that shift is powerful, because once someone reaches that point, action becomes inevitable. But listen carefully. Inevitable does not always mean immediate. It still requires alignment. It still requires the right moment, the right energy, the right internal clarity, and that is exactly what is forming now. And you may feel it within yourself as well. That strange calm mixed with anticipation. That feeling like something is about to happen, even if you cannot explain when or how. And that feeling is your signal to stay ready, not impatient, not doubtful, but open and grounded. Because what is being prepared needs to meet you in the right energy, not in chaos, not in fear, but in clarity. And your role in this moment is to maintain that clarity, to not fall into overthinking or assumptions, because assumptions can distort what is actually happening. And what is actually happening is that your soulmate is moving closer to taking action than they have ever been before. They are rehearsing conversations in their mind, imagining how they will approach you, thinking about what they need to say and how they need to say it. And this is not random. This is preparation. This is the stage where intention becomes direction, and where feelings become plans, and where plans begin to turn into action. And as this process continues, you will begin to notice subtle shifts. Maybe a sudden thought about them that feels stronger than usual. Maybe a dream. Maybe a moment where you feel their presence more intensely. And these are not coincidences. These are signs that the connection is aligning on both sides, that the energy is syncing in a way that supports what is about to happen. But you must not ignore these signs. You must not dismiss them as imagination, because awareness is what keeps you aligned, and alignment is what allows the process to unfold smoothly. And this is why you must take action as well, because your energy plays a role in how quickly and how clearly everything comes together. So right now, click the link in the description and leave your $30 seed offering. This is your alignment seed. You are declaring, I support what is being prepared. I remove confusion. I allow this connection to move forward. And when you take this step, you are strengthening the pathway between you and your soulmate, making it easier for them to act, easier for them to follow through on what they have been planning, because your action reinforces the energy. It creates a sense of openness, a sense of readiness that they can feel even if they do not consciously understand it. And as this happens, their hesitation will begin to fade even more. Their confidence will begin to rise, and the step they have been preparing to take will begin to feel not only possible but necessary. And that is when movement accelerates. So when something shifts from maybe to I have to do this, and your soulmate is very close to that point now, closer than you realize. But this is also where you must remain patient, because impatience can create tension, and tension can disrupt the natural flow of what is being built. And you do not want to disrupt it now, not when everything is aligning so clearly. This is the moment to trust the process. To trust that what is meant for you is already moving toward you, even if you cannot yet see the full picture. Because your soulmate is not standing still anymore. They are moving, internally first, but soon externally as well. And when that external movement begins, it may not look exactly the way you imagined. It may be simple, it may be unexpected, but it will carry intention, it will carry meaning. And you will feel that difference immediately, because it will not feel uncertain or confusing. It will feel clear. It will feel deliberate. And that is how you will know that this is not just another moment. This is the result of everything they have been planning, everything they have been working through within themselves. And your response to that moment will shape what comes next. So you must be ready to respond with clarity, with calm, with openness, not with fear or doubt, because fear can create distance even when everything else is aligned, and you must not allow that now. This is your moment to meet their energy with your own, to allow the connection to move forward without resistance. And if you feel any hesitation within yourself, if you feel the urge to pull back or question what is happening, pause and realign. Now remind yourself that this is different, that this is not the past repeating itself. This is a new phase, one that is being built on growth, on understanding, on intention, and that intention must be supported. So once more, do not hesitate. Click the link in the description and leave your $30 seed offering. This is your activation seed. You are saying, I am ready for what is coming. I welcome it fully. I allow this connection to unfold in the right way. And when you do this, you are reinforcing the energy. You are strengthening the foundation, and you are helping to bring what is being planned into reality more smoothly, more clearly, more aligned. And as this continues, you will begin to see everything come together. Not suddenly, but naturally, step by step, moment by moment, until you realize that what once felt hidden is now visible. What once felt uncertain is now clear. And what once felt distant is now present. And that is where this is leading. To a moment where your soulmate's plan is no longer something you sense. It is something you experience, something you can see, something you can feel in real time. And you are very close to that moment now. So stay open. Stay grounded, stay ready, because what your soulmate is really doing now is finalizing what they have been planning, preparing to step forward, and preparing to show you in real, undeniable ways what you have meant to them all along.